This week we are going to do some more active yoga, a little bit more movement and breath together. You'll want to have a block or, again, stack of books or something that's a little bit firm that you can have in front of you for one of the exercises. We're going to revisit some postures that you've already done before and add something that's a little bit new. Today is going to be, or the more active, newer posture is going to be, again, with some leg strength. So we'll jump right in. Have your block or your prop close by, maybe near the top of your mat so you can reach it later. We're going to start in table position, so onto your hands and your knees. And you're nice and square, stretching your feet today. Curl your toes. Press your hips back to your heels. Now, if you need, you can always hold on to your block in front of you or your prop in front of you. If your knees are sensitive, don't go all the way back. Keep your hands on the ground or on your prop. If you want to sit right up on your heels, you can reach back, get those pinky toes under. I'm wearing socks today. It's freezing out. You can always wear your socks, assuming you're not slipping, but always, you can also take them off. Then you're tapping your toes out back in your table position. And you're going to take your hands and keep your hips right over your knees, 90 degrees, hip, knee, ankle. And you're going to extend the arms. This is called puppy stretch. So hands are shoulder width apart and you're lowering your heart down. Now, if your belly needs more space, you can widen your knees wider than hip width and drop that heart. Now, I've got my chin on the ground. You can place your prop for your forehead here so the neck feels supported. You could aim for your forehead on the floor. You could also aim for your chest or chin, assuming there's no current or risk of neck injury. Then you're pressing yourself back up into your table position, adjusting your knees. We've done this before. You're going into your cat pose, emptying your breath, rounding your back, inhaling, rolling into your dog pose, belly drops, shoulders pull back, and walking your hands a hand's length forwards, preparing for down dog, what we've done before. Curl your toes, your tailbone stays lifted, your shoulders pull back as you press your hips to the sky. Remember, you're not locking your knees, especially if heels don't touch the ground, for bigger belly, wider feet here, bouncing the heart gently, pedaling your feet, one then the other. And then you're dropping your knees, floating forwards, shoulders to meet the wrists, keeping your back flat, keeping your belly engaged. This is a knee down plank. Now I've got my knees wide to demonstrate if you have a bigger belly. You can close your knees as much as you feel comfortable. And then you're going to curl your toes, tip your hips up, and exhale, go back into your downward facing dog. So doing these a few times, take a breath. And then drop your knees, activate your belly, squeeze, think navel to spine versus sagging your back and relaxing your shoulders. We want to keep the chest lifted, keep the back flat, great for core. And then again, tip the tailbone back and exhale, push those hips up. Take a breath. Drop the knees, go forwards, engaging the core, keeping the chest lifted. So this is your knee down plank position. And then here, we're going to move into the next movement and breath, a little bit more active. You're going to step your feet forward. So if you have that block or prop, place it in front, one foot and then the other, and you're pushing yourself forwards. Your feet are wide. Your toes are going to turn out, and you're going to breathe in and drop your seat down towards a squat. Now, if your knees are sensitive, stop right about here. If you feel comfortable, you can drop deeper into your squat. Again, this is on the in-breath. The out-breath, you're pushing your hips up, turn your feet forwards, and fold your body down. Don't lock your knees and round your back. Keep them soft and tip the hips. Breathe in, feet turn out, sit down. Exhale, turn the toes, and fold your body down. Now pay attention to your breath. Inhale through the nose, toes out. Sit, out through the mouth. Forwards with the feet, fold. Inhale to sit. Exhale, push with your block. That's helpful here to lift up those hips and fold it down. Inhale, toes out, chest up, hips are down. Exhale, feet forwards, head down, fold. Great for building strength in the legs. Great to get good oxygenation as you're focusing on breathing. And also a great way to keep that lubrication of your hips, softening the pelvic floor on the inhale, lifting up those hips on the exhale. And doing this as many times as you can, I encourage to at least do 10 before you take a break and maybe revisit the downward facing dog and your table position. So I'm going to drop myself down to a squat, placing one hand on the ground, one hand on my prop to bring my legs back and take a rest. Knees going open, hips towards the heels, relaxing down. Again, you could use that prop for your forehead or for your elbows. And then finding a place to rest. You can move your feet to the side, going onto your back, adjusting your hips towards your heels. Now, if you're not comfortable going flat, remember to have your props behind you to keep your chest slightly elevated, lowering to your back and suggesting that maybe you're finishing in your bound angle position, placing props like pillows under each knee so that your hips and joints are supported, hands to the belly, finding some belly breath, relax the legs. And some of the other postures we've gone over in previous weeks, like your figure 4 would be a great one to work with, where one ankle goes to the top of the opposite thigh. You can hold this or the full expression. Remember, you're doing both. I'm just giving you quick demonstration. Great way to open up those hips that you just engaged. And then again, taking a few breaths, maybe rolling to your side, feeling your belly breathing, then finding a place to rest. Eyes are closed, and finish with some water. Always hydrate. But thanks.